What makes an ultimate gamer? The will to succeed, mastery over mechanics, unbridled perseverance. For eons, gamers everywhere have searched for the answer to this question, and I believe I have created a challenge that will finally bring a resolution. One man, one stream, 10 speedruns. On Saturday the 14th of May, I went live with an attempt of my own gaming marathon. 10 different challenges spanning my entire speedrunning history, all done one after another. Many said it couldn't be done, said it was impossible, that I would give up partway through. I proved them all wrong, even going as far as to attract the attention of hit YouTuber Leon Massey. This is the story of that run. This is Tasty%. This was all a massive waste of time. So this was not a good idea, like, at all. You know, it sounds really impressive, you know, on paper, 10 games, 10 speedruns, all this sort of stuff, but let's actually break down what I actually did here. So the 10 challenges were made up of 10 different games that I have either speedrun in the past or know relatively well. Actually, it was originally 9 games until partway through Calzum came into the chat and then suggested doing another one, and I was like, fuck it, and then put it in. However, of all the games on the list, there's only one that I really actively speedrun, and that's Mario 64. So I started the run with a 70 star and then bookended it with a 16 star run. Now, this first run was actually the most impressive thing of the entire challenge. I started the run really, really badly, ended up missing a bunch of tricks, like I missed Bond Clip and I died in Bowser 1, but somehow I managed to play the run of my life like 60% of the way in, and PB'd by about 40 seconds. However, for whatever reason, I decided to listen to a compilation of copyrighted disco music while I was doing it, so straight away VOD muted, that's gone. Here I am silently popping off like I'm in fucking Artist or something. So now, if I actually want to use those splits, I'm going to have to retime myself and do it live, which I've still not done. I just can't be arsed. So, you know, that's a great start. After Mario was the first of 3 games I have previously speedrun before, and now I say the word speedrun here in the loosest terms possible. In 2020, I spent some time learning the all levels route to Rugrats Search for Reptar, which is a baby game which just so happens to feature babies. I went in with a faint idea of what to do, but in actuality, I had no fucking clue. I forgot the route, the tricks, everything. I failed the one RNG manipulation at the beginning, which is like the only cool bit of the run. Just shat that one, and then instantly, the rest of it was just a pain. I thought, whether rightly or wrongly, it would take me about 35 minutes or so. No, it was an hour, a full hour on that one there. The, speed run very quickly turned into a let's play. And like, for example, this bit, which is just click the bar at the right time, took me 4 tries, and then I had to still then go and look up how to do it because I still couldn't do it. It's just a timing thing, that's it. Though, to be fair, I did hit this hole-in-one on the mini golf, so there's always that, I suppose, swings and roundabouts. Where is it? It's probably about there. It swings.
Yay!
Baby! Look at that, clip that shit.
One.
After Rugrats came Parkour. Now, this is the first of my 2 cheat games that I put in because they take less than 10 minutes to beat. So not actually much to see here, just a bit of dog movement. Here we go, barking about, and that one was done and dusted pretty quick. After this, we've got the first game that I ever learned how to speedrun, which was Star Wars Battlefront, the original one from 2004. I think I've got it somewhere. I'm knocking about. I found Rugrats. There we go, there's one of them. I do own it. I can't be arsed. Now, the only reason I speedrun, or learnt the speedrun for Star Wars, was it was one of the games that I had as a kid. And I'll say no, don't bother. Like, it's not a good speedrun game whatsoever, even if you're good at it. Most of the run is dependent on the AI, and while you can guide them to do certain things, if they don't follow through with what you want, then reset right there, reset the level. Here's some high-octane gameplay from the Geonosis level. That level in particular, Geonosis, is one of the worst culprits for it. So at the beginning, if the AI goes the wrong way, the attack doesn't go the way you want it to, then you have a chance of beating it, but most likely it's a reset. And that's what happens in the run. Full 10-15 minute reset. So back to... It was about this time that Calzum, one of the only people in my chat for most of the stream, thought that I should add another challenge. Mostly he was there to update me on the state of Eurovision, but he also told me to try and get 10 wins in Super Auto Pets, and I was like, no bother, and I put that one in. Even though that game is like, you're playing against other people, and it's like you could get 10 wins on your first go, or on your 50th go, so there was no amount, but of course I was like, yeah, sure, I'll stick that in. So next up we had Time Splitters 2. Now, Time Splitters 2 I actually ran as a co-op with Apache for UKSG, and when we were learning that, I then spent like 2 hours or so learning the solo route, and then apparently that qualifies for me to put it in this challenge. So again, another one where I was like, I've got an idea, and then I have no clue. Great bit in Neo Tokyo where you have to sit and wait for about 5-6 minutes for something to happen, and I failed that, so then just had to do that one again. Just huge displays of speed and prowess in this challenge right here. After that we move on to Blood Spear. Now that is another one of my freebie games. It's like a student demo game, like a free one that you can get on Steam that for some reason we learn, or not learn, but figured out how to be quick. So that one was another under 10-minute ones, which I needed because the one after that was the biggest time sink of the entire thing, Headhunter. Now for the PlayStation 2 version, I am actually the world record any percent holder, and I'll just show you the leaderboard. There I am at the top, and underneath that, Nacon. Yeah, I'm the only one that ever submitted a run, so my run was world record by default. In fact, it was the only run I ever finished because the game is very buggy and it likes to crash a lot. So some top tier stuff right here. Not actually touched the game in about 2 years, and surprisingly I remembered more of it than I thought I would. That didn't stop it just turning into a fancy let's play though, like half an hour of the way in. So many times all the way through the run I was just aimlessly running around trying to recall hidden memory fragments of the past that told me which floor to get off to find Grey Wolf, or where all the chemicals on the Queen of Hearts were, or how to get past this weird Ocean's 12 style laser room with night vision goggles and all this. So many times through the run I just considered packing the whole thing in, just calling it a night, you know, asking myself what am I doing, or asking myself why am I here, or telling myself this is not my beautiful house, this is not my beautiful wife. I did push through though, clocking in at about 2.5-3 hours for the one run. Shout out to this 115-minute bomb section where you have to drive around the city and disarm lots of bombs, and I managed to die on the last bomb because I ran out of ammo, which sent me back 15 minutes again, so shout out to that one. Great level there. By this time it was already getting dark and I had about 3 speedruns left to go, and next up was it Third Strike, or was it Super Auto Pets? I can't. You know what? I'm boring myself here just talking about them, to be honest. Like, and if I'm getting bored, I don't know about you. Like, you didn't watch it, did you? Like, no one watched it. So, you're not going to sit and watch me talk about the speedrun that no one cared about in the first place. Like, what did I actually do this for? Like, why did I actually do it? Like, it all sounds impressive on paper, but is it? Is it really? Like, there's no demonstration of skill or anything like that. It's just a pure test of patience. it was a test that no one but me was willing to watch because there was no fucker in the chat the entire time. Like, if you look at an actual impressive marathon run, like the 3D Zelda challenge or that blindfolded 120-star run that Bubsia did the other day, these are actual incredible tests of knowledge. You got your strength and your technique. You know what else those challenge runs have? Those marathon runs? Viewers, actual people watching it. like I did this to no, like I did this for no one, to no one. But still, that didn't stop me doing this stupid fucking dance at the end of it, like I'd actually achieved something. I finished at 2:30 in the morning, and it was for no one. No one cared. Like, even that clickbaity Leo Massey tweet I put in the intro is a farce. Like, the challenge didn't attract some famous YouTuber's attention. Leon's just some knob that I met through Smash. Like, here I am in one of his vlogs that he did before his channel took off.
Playing Spot the Melee Player in the wild.
Oh, found one.
Ping it.
Spot the melee player.
Spot the Melee Player. It's the best game ever.
I guess thinking about it, the only thing that made me do this in the first place was, like, desperation. The day I started the stream was at the end of a 2-week stretch where I wasn't at work because I was in between jobs. And during those 2 weeks, I'd basically done fuck all. I had so many plans to actually sit and work on things, and instead I'd stay up every night till stupid o'clock in the morning and leafing through Twitter and bumming about in Discord calls. I guess declaring that I was doing some big epic challenge was like my way of playing catch up. You know, it was my way of trying to trick myself into thinking that I hadn't wasted these 14 days that I'd specifically taken in order to work on things. And this isn't a new thing, like this isn't an uncommon occurrence. Whenever I have an extended amount of free time, whether it was I was in university or when I used to work in schools and used to have the whole summer holidays off, I'd always set out to do something and then revert back into gremlin mode, just leaving all the projects that I had to just rot and die. Just look at this shit. Pages and pages and pages of scripts and ideas and projects that has just been left to gather dust. Like, this is the stuff that I tell myself I'm passionate about, and it just sits here, you know, dying. This wasn't always the case. I mean, like, look at this shit. 7 years ago, I wrote, filmed, and edited a full video essay on Spec Ops: The Line. Like, look at this. Like, look at the hopefulness in my eyes. Look at my waistline. Jesus Christ. Like, was it any good? Not particularly, but it was something. You know, it was a benchmark that I'm supposed to improve on. Like a springboard that you can find your own voice and your style and develop on. And instead, just fuck all. Going even further back, look, I've got full albums worth of music I made on this shitty little laptop. You know, hours and hours of work just trying to be creative. And it's gash, it's all gash, it's awful noise music that I thought was all deep and meaningful, and it's pure and listenable, but it's something. I had drive, I had the will to sit and work on things for hours, and just for myself, not for anyone else, just for me. Poetry, comics, drawings, all sorts, just all left in this museum of my adolescence that I just tell myself was some pretentious musings of a teenager, but it was still a million times more creative than I am now. This stream was my pathetic attempt to force myself to do anything productive. Like, in my warped head, sitting playing shitty games for 8.5 hours was supposed to fulfill this need to beat procrastination. 8.5 hours, like fucking 8.5. That's a work day and change that. Like 8.5 hours of fucking this and this and this. Think what you can actually do in that time. Think of what you could do in 8.5 hours. I could have tidied my flat like I should have been doing ages ago. I could have practiced the keyboard that I bought and I've never touched in 2 years. I could have sat and read the book I've been putting off for ages. I could have exercise like I've been telling myself to. I could have just fucking gone outside. Well, here I am. I'm outside. Well, like barely outside. Like, this is the little patch of grass that's outside my flat. Like where you are, where the camera is, that's just my window. Like, you're just set up, looking at me from meters away from where I live. It's like 4:30 in the morning. I didn't want to do this bit, like, while people could actually see me. Like, I didn't want all my neighbours to think I'm some tosser talking to myself outside in the rain. But I don't know, like, what was this all for then? Like, what does this actually mean? What does this tell us? Like, it's obvious that this whole stream thing was a massive waste of time, and I could have spent any of that time doing anything that's more worthwhile or productive, and I obviously resent doing it. But I mean, I guess I did it. Like, I had a plan for something, told people I was going to do it, and then I finished it. And as pathetic as it sounds, that doesn't happen a lot for me. You know? Like, it was the execution of a plan that I saw through to completion. And like, I don't know, I've watched all these TED Talk videos on about procrastination and dopamine receptors and all this, but like, what I guess what I'm trying to say is that, like, doing something is good no matter what it is. Like, I got this video out of it, whatever this is, and like all those little bits in the video, you know, of me like exercising and reading a book. I did those. I didn't just film it for 2 seconds. Like, I actually got them done, and the pretense for doing them was really weird, but they got done. Like, this whole thing came from me sitting down thinking how I can milk this stream idea for content, and ended up thinking a little bit deeper about what it means to actually finish things. And I guess, like, if I can sit and play fucking Headhunter and Rugrat Search for Reptile for 8 hours, then why can't I do that for something else? Like, I've got the capacity, I've got the capability. I mean, I've got the evidence. I guess I just have to get off my arse and actually do it. So I guess that's what this is. This is me doing it. So yeah. I'm gonna go back inside.